All right, I'm going to go ahead and just get started with our presentation. And then if anyone joins later, feel free to jump in with any questions that you have. I wanted to start with some contact information, and I'll have this up at the end of the presentation as well. But I have contact information for NKU and UofL, both email and website and social media. And then I also have my contact information as well. So just to quickly introduce myself, my name is Kira Rashevitz, and I'm a field director for IFSA. I'll explain a little bit more about who IFSA is and kind of talk through where we offer programs, a little bit of an overview of each of those program locations, and then scholarships. And I'll share with you some kind of helpful tools that are on our website to help you find the best study abroad program for you. And my email is also up there as well. And just to reiterate, I'll share this contact information at the end as well. All right, so just highlighting some IFSA programs. I wanted to start off real quick with an intro to IFSA. It's short for the Institute for Study Abroad. We were founded on the campus of Butler University in Indianapolis over 30 years ago, so we've been in the field for quite a while and have a lot of experience providing study abroad programs for students. We are an independent nonprofit organization, and we have staff around the world in every country where we operate. I think it's important to highlight that IFSA staff don't earn commission if you choose our programs, so we're really just here to help you find the best fit program for you. And within the field, we're known for our innovation, our commitment to equity, and our strong student services. Our staff helps you through every phase of studying abroad, whether that's just considering a program right now, once you've picked your program, walking through the application process, everything you need to know pre-departure, what to pack. And then once you arrive on site, our staff is there to help you through the entire time you're abroad, whether that's just for a couple of weeks in the summer or for an entire semester or year abroad. So moving to kind of the important stuff, where does IFSA have programs? So we have programs all over the world. In Latin America, we run programs in Argentina, Chile, Costa Rica, Cuba, Mexico, and Peru. In Europe, we are based in the Czech Republic, in England, Ireland, Italy, Scotland, Spain, and Wales. And then in Asia and the Pacific, we have programs in Australia and New Zealand, as well as China, India, and Sri Lanka. And I'm happy to answer questions about specific program locations, specific countries when we get to the end as well. But hopefully my presentation will kind of cover any questions that you might have. So again, some important things to kind of address at the beginning. What is included in an IFSA program? Included are excursions, activities, and cultural engagement in your host city and country. So that might be things like attending a sporting event, a theater production, or an overnight excursion to a different part of the country or to a neighboring country. So for example, our students who are studying in London often do a weekend up in the Lake District and get to do lots of fun outdoor activities. Or students in Scotland who go do a homestay out in the countryside. So lots of different opportunities to get to experience both your host city and then also other parts of the country that you're studying in. When you arrive on site, you'll get an orientation to get familiar with your surroundings, the culture, the academic system. So that orientation ranges in length depending on the program, but it'll include all those important things you need to know in order to be successful during your time abroad. Academic differences, what might be different from what you're used to here in the US, how to be successful in class, and then practical things like getting a SIM card for your phone, getting any of the supplies that you'll need. All that takes place during orientation. Also included in the program is comprehensive medical insurance. I'm sure that's top of mind for everyone considering, we're in the middle of a pandemic. So your insurance is included and we will absolutely prepare you for anything you need to know, especially pandemic wise. And then we do kind of jumping one down to do also provide 24/7 health and safety support. So once you're on site, if you ever have any kind of emergency, medical or otherwise, our staff is there to help you with finding a doctor, mental health support, really anything you need. At the end of your program, you'll get a copy of your transcript with the credits already converted to the US system, and we'll actually send that to your university on your behalf. So you don't even have to worry about that part at all. And it will be a Butler University transcript. We have our on-site IFSA personnel to assist with your academic, personal, and professional goals. So you'll help with some of that planning ahead of time, kind of thinking about what you want to get out of your experience, and then also meeting with you during your time abroad to make sure that you are really doing everything you need to accomplish those goals that you've set out. You'll have access to a global network of professionals and educators that we have networked with over the years. You'll have the opportunity to take our signature Exploring Community and Culture in a Global Context class, which is a really neat class that anyone can take on any of our programs, and you'll connect with students studying abroad in other locations around the world. And then finally, no application fees. So as I'm kind of talking through program options and ways to search for the best program, know that you can start an application at any time and you're not financially committed. So definitely feel free to check out our website and you'll see a pretty clear Apply Now button there. So moving on to our program locations, we'll start with Latin America. Again, I'm not going to get super in-depth because I wanted to keep this fairly brief, but I just wanted to give kind of an overview for each region of the world where we run programs. So as a reminder, in Latin America, we have programs in Argentina, Chile, Costa Rica, Cuba, Mexico, and Peru. Just to start off, I'll kind of give some highlights for semester program. So if you're considering a semester program in Latin America, all of these countries have intensive Spanish language programs. So for the majority, you'll have to have completed a 200 level or equivalent of Spanish before starting the program. All of your classes will be taught in Spanish, and you'll be kind of immersed in local universities. So they do kind of have a higher language learning requirement. We do also have a couple of programs that are taught in English available in Argentina. We have one with a business and economics focus, and then one with psychology and neuroscience as the focus. So if you're interested in studying in Latin America but haven't taken Spanish before, those might be some good options for you, and there's no prior language experience necessary for either of those programs. The rest, however, are those immersive Spanish language programs. So like I mentioned, you would take a mixture of classes at our IFSA Center and then also at local host universities. And there are Spanish taught STEM classes available, which is kind of neat. On all of these programs, you'll live in a homestay and you'll have most of your meals provided, which is kind of exciting. And then we do have summer programs available in Argentina and Mexico. And on both of those programs in the summer, you can take classes or you can complete an 8-week internship. And the programs in the summer range in length from 1 4-week session to that longer 8-week session. And again, all of the program information is on our website, and I'm happy to answer questions as well. So there's kind of your brief overview of Latin America. Moving on to Europe, we have programs in the Czech Republic, England, Ireland, Italy, Scotland, Spain, and Wales. The common thread through all of these programs is that they are all taught in English. So there's no language experience required for any program in Europe, but you do have the chance to learn some of the basics of the local language if it's not English. So for example, in Spain or in Italy or in the Czech Republic, you could take that kind of essential Italian class where you'll learn how to navigate restaurants, public transportation, things like that, kind of the basics of the language. In most of these locations, you'd take classes alongside local students. Some you would just be with other IFSA students from the US in a program center kind of teaching environment, but for most it's kind of a mixture. The housing varies by program, but you'll typically either be in a residence hall or an apartment, and often you'll have the chance to choose or rank your housing options. The great thing about European programs is that there are options for all majors. Every single major out there, there is a program fit for you. So it's great for STEM, business, computer science students, fine arts, really anything at all. A couple highlights within Europe too, we also have partners with several prestigious institutions. So if you're kind of looking for that name recognition on your resume, we partner with St. Andrews, with Oxford, Cambridge, Trinity College Dublin, and several others. And then kind of on the other end of the spectrum, there are programs available for students with a 2.0 GPA and above. So there's a lot of range there in terms of what type of program you're looking for. For summer programs, we have summer programs available in the Czech Republic, England, Ireland, Italy, Scotland, and Spain. So really everywhere but Wales. And you can take classes or complete an internship in the summer, sort of depending on your program choice. And the program length ranges pretty greatly by the program. So again, the full details, including that cost, are on our website. So I did want to go and just highlight one program, or really two programs at our London Center, Life Sciences Career Accelerator and our IFSA London program. These are two really exciting new programs, and we have some special funding available for these. So I just kind of wanted to quickly highlight before moving on to the other regions of the world. The first one is our Life Sciences Career Accelerator. So if you are a life science student majoring in anything science-based, maybe you're considering pre-med, maybe you're considering research, this might be a really great option for you. The program has a core course on leadership in the life sciences, and it concludes with an IFSA exclusive professional competency certificate that's issued by the Leadership Edge, which is a really cool organization. They're a talent development firm specializing in life sciences. The program has a lot of different classes that fit within that major track, has the option to do an internship or directed research. And then you can also directly enroll in one class, maybe if you need a class with a lab at one of our partner universities in London. Really great way to kind of set yourself up for success within the life sciences field. And then we also have our IFSA London program, which is also based at our London flagship. And you can really find anything you need on this London program. So like the Life Sciences Career Accelerator, it has an optional internship or research, and then lots of variety of classes like sustainability, entrepreneurship, intercultural communication, political science, so many different classes. And then you can also choose to directly enroll in one class at a partner university in London. And then kind of the special, I'm sure, nuts and bolts that you're curious about, all of our pricing is available on our website, but we do have some special program pricing for these two London programs. So for UofL and NKU students, that kind of far right column will show you if you choose either of these programs for the 2021, fall 2021, spring 22 academic year, we have some additional funding. So I'll talk a little bit more about scholarships at the end, but there's that special London grant that is applied. And so you'll see $3,000 off the listed program fee for UofL and NKU students. So if you have specific questions about this pricing, feel free to reach out or ask me a question at the end. But I wanted to just kind of highlight those since there's a special discount for the next upcoming academic year. And then moving on to Asia. In Asia, we have programs in China, India, and Sri Lanka. Again, all of these are taught in English with the exception of the intensive Chinese language program. That one is for students who have already taken some Chinese and are interested in kind of that fully immersive Chinese language program. But you can learn the local language in these countries from a very beginner level. So we offer introductory language courses in Chinese, Hindi, Urdu, and Sinhala. And then there's opportunities in all of these countries for professional development and community engagement through internships, research, or volunteering. The housing here varies by the program. So you would either be in an international student apartment, sometimes a residence hall, or homestays, kind of depending on the program. And there are some special program tracks available for public health and international business, both in China and in India. And then China and India also both offer summer programs where you can take classes or complete an internship, and they range in length from 4 to 8 weeks. Last but certainly not least, the region of the world of Australia and New Zealand. Again, both of these, obviously with English being their native language, the programs are taught in English, so no language experience is required for either of these programs. You will take classes alongside local students by directly enrolling at the local university. Housing varies by program, but again, residence halls or apartments are typically what's offered. And like Europe, there are options for all majors. So really any major can study in this part of the world, but they do have some unique biology, environmental studies, and geoscience classes, among a lot of other options. And again, like many other parts of the world, you can complete an internship, research, or volunteering on most programs. There are semester and year-long programs available in Australia and New Zealand. Unfortunately, no summer programs. But something to keep in mind when considering this part of the world is the calendar. Being in the Southern Hemisphere, their dates are a little bit different. So you'll want to keep that in mind, especially if you have summer commitments, internships, things like that. For example, their fall semester, really our fall, begins typically in late July. and then ends in November. And then that spring semester typically doesn't start until February and goes until like June. So again, something just to keep in mind. And there are several program-specific scholarships that are offered in Australia and New Zealand. So if you're looking for some extra funding, there are some really cool options for scholarships in that part of the world. So speaking of scholarships, talking a little bit about IFSA's funding, I wanted to just highlight again briefly some of our funding options. A couple like frequently asked questions. Does IFSA offer study abroad scholarships? Yes, we absolutely do. We have a lot of different scholarships and grants, and you can see all those details on our website. And all of them are stackable with each other too. We do have a special state school grant. So you saw this on the funding page for the London programs, but all students who attend state schools receive an automatic $2,000 off any semester program, no application for that required. And then again, any other scholarship you earn can be stacked on top of that. I get the question a lot if there's any special funding for first generation students, and the answer is yes. IFSA has a first gen scholarship that helps cover the cost of your airfare and your student visa or passport, and then some startup costs as well. So there's information on how to apply for that on our website as well. And then another kind of frequently asked question is, can I work while I'm abroad? And this depends on your student visa restrictions, depending on the country where you're choosing to study. But IFSA has a work to study program where we actually hire students to complete projects for us while they're abroad, and we pay them a stipend. And typically projects for work to study students are things like blogging, videography, photography, contributing to projects for our US-based team while they're abroad, social media takeovers, things like that. So definitely let us know if you're interested in pursuing a work to study project. So I kind of rapid fire went through all that information, and I'm sure you're wondering, what should I do now? So we definitely encourage you to take advantage of our great research tools. And after this slide, I'm going to show you how to find them on our website and what those research tools look like. So I'll take you to our website, and then I'll explain our Global Wayfinder program search. I know these screenshots are small and probably hard to see, so I'll show you on our website. I'll show you Chart, which is our searchable course database. It's a great way to help narrow down your program options if you need specific courses for your major or to graduate on time. I definitely recommend checking out Unpacked, which is our student written blog. And I can show you where that is on our website as well. It has a lot of really great stories written by peers. So if you're interested in blogs about a certain identity or a certain location, I think that's really helpful. And then I always want to remind everyone to review home campus study abroad policies. So what financial aid you can take with you, what your applications are, application deadlines are internally, and things like that. So hopefully I hit on most of the pressing questions that you had. I am going to go ahead and, like I said, take you to our website so that you can see these search tools and show you a little bit about what is available there. And then we'll go ahead and open it up for questions. All right. So our website is IFSA-Butler, IFSA-Butler.org. You can see at the top. And this is what the homepage looks like if you haven't visited our website before. Really quickly, if you hover over resources, you'll see scholarships and financial aid. So if you're looking for that scholarship info, this is where you'll find it. And then virtual events is also helpful if you want to watch any of our other kind of pre-recorded content. We have some short videos up there. And then Unpacked Student Stories is the student blog that I was telling you about. So this is a great place to go for peer written content. And then there's lots of other resources here too, but I just wanted to make sure to point those ones out since I specifically referenced them. Right on our homepage, again, impossible to miss, is the Global Wayfinder search tool. This is a really awesome tool if you're starting from scratch, you're really not sure where you want to study, or maybe you know the region of the world, but you're not sure what country specifically or even what program. There are, I think, over 50 different filters that you can add on this tool. So I'll walk through just a couple and just show you what kind of filters. You can add 5 without logging in, or if you want to add up to 10 and save your searches, you can create a free account, and that way you can come back to it and talk with your advisor, your family, about your study abroad plans. So lots of different filters. Like I said, you can search within different subject areas, or you can click on these and find specific majors like marketing, for example, or maybe you're looking for urban studies. You can also add, if you're a business student and you need AACSB accreditation, maybe you're looking for only a program taught in Spanish, or you maybe have a GPA on the lower side and you're only looking for programs that would admit someone with a 2.0. Lots and lots of different options to filter by. So I'll do a test one. I'm going to go ahead and add, let's just add engineering. I'm going to get rid of the GPA filter. Place, you can search by region, if you know specifically which country, if you're looking for something that's maybe off the beaten path, or size, climate, all sorts of different things. So hopefully this will get you thinking about some of the things that can help narrow down your search that maybe you hadn't thought of before. I'm going to go ahead and just add the Europe filter. When, this helps kind of know if you're looking to go in the fall or the spring, or maybe you're looking for a shorter summer program. I'm going to go ahead and just leave this one blank. Career stepping stones. This is where if you want to add a filter for an internship or research, or maybe you're looking to do volunteer or service learning, this is a good thing to add. And then day-to-day experience, this is where you can filter by cost, living type. If you know, I'm really not interested in a homestay, I only want an apartment or a flat. What your roommate experience is going to be like. And then kind of the fun one is interests. So if you have specific interests that you're looking to do during your time abroad, this is where you can add those. So I'm going to go ahead and say somewhere with outdoor adventure. So I didn't add 5 filters, but again, just wanted to give you an idea of what that would look like. And then you'll hit search, and it will give you options based on the filters that you've selected. So it'll start with the ones that are the closest match to what you're looking for. And then you'll see as you go down multiple pages full of different options that might fit what you're looking for. So the first one that was a match for my engineering example is our Reimagining Europe in Prague program. And you can click to compare programs. Like I said, if you log in and create an account, you can add notes. Again, this will have your estimated cost for the program, an apply now button. So just again, a really good starting point if you're not sure what you're looking for, or maybe you know a couple elements, but you're not sure how to find the best program. So that's our Global Wayfinder search tool. And then the one other search tool that I wanted to show you is our chart searchable class database. So you can get to this again from the home page. If you hover over Find Your Classes and click Chart, it will take you to this page. Again, you will have to log in here, so you can sign up really quickly. Doesn't take much, but you'll just use your school email address. I'm going to go ahead and log in with my account. And a quick overview. So Chart is, like I said, a searchable class database. It has thousands of classes in it. It's a great search tool if you, like I said, need a specific class in order to graduate on time, or for your major, or your, whatever it is that you're looking for. It's a planning tool, so it will have, you can see over here, there's over 17,000 classes in here. Every class taken by a student on an IFSA program in the last 3 years, plus, probably hundreds more based on requests that we've gotten. Similar to Global Wayfinder, there's a lot of different filters you can add. So it'll just start with all of the classes listed here, but you're probably going to want to narrow that down. Now you can add filters if maybe you know which country you want to study in, or even down to the program which one you're choosing. Or maybe you are looking for a class with a lab. There are over 2,000 classes with labs in here. You can also just put something in the keyword search. So I'm going to do statistics. I'm looking for a class with statistics in the title. And then again, there's 115 different classes that have statistics in the title. but I can narrow that down by, I want to study in Australia. So 25 classes with statistics in the title, and then this will just be your list of classes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just click one to show you what it looks like and view class details. And this one is typically taught in the fall semester. It tells you how many credits you would earn. The location of instruction, this is taught at the University of Sydney. Number of contact hours. The year in the foreign degree plan helps you know, this is year 3 of 3. So this is probably more of an advanced level class. It's taught in the final year. Undergraduate degrees in a lot of other countries are only 3 years long. So that kind of helps you plan. If you click on academic details, it will take you to the University of Sydney webpage on our website. Gives you a brief description of the class, evaluation methods, and then known prerequisites. So this one does have some prerequisites. This one has pretty bare information. It's about as much as we have for this specific class, but others will have the full syllabus, required reading, lots of helpful info. And it's a good way to kind of take these classes to a faculty advisor or a study abroad advisor if you're looking to get them approved. And then you can also click on download or print in order to save that. You can also star them as your favorites, and then they'll live in your favorites here. So if you want to come back to it and kind of compare. Again, if you're, let's say you need, I don't know, need an organic chemistry class and you're not sure, you just need that class, but you don't know which program, you can always search by that and then help you narrow down your program choice based on that specific class. The last thing I want to talk about quickly in chart is class matching. So you click on class matching here. Mine has some samples in it. Yours would be blank if you log in. But as a student, you have the opportunity to submit an equivalency project. So if you're looking for, I'll just use organic chemistry as another example. If you're looking for an organic chem class and you aren't sure, you're overwhelmed by the options in here, you can actually submit a request for us to help you find a match. So you can say, you know, I'm a NKU student and I'm a pharmacy major and I need this organic chem class. Here's the description of the class at my home institution. What's a good match for it abroad? And then our team will scour through all those course records and find options for you that would be a good fit. So we can do kind of that hard legwork for you to find the best fit for you. So I know that was a ton of information that I kind of rapid fire went through in about a half an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave chart up since I figure I might get some questions about either chart or the Global Wayfinder search tool, and go ahead and just open it up for questions. Sorry, if you had a question, I don't think I could hear you quite well. Maybe I'll stop sharing my screen and that way I can see. If you prefer to put it in the chat, that's fine as well.
I just wanted to say thank you. I'm just a freshman right now, but
okay.
I wanted to start looking into it, and this meeting actually helped a lot because I was really lost.
Good.
I'm so glad. Say thank you. And
yeah. No problem. It's great to be looking as a freshman or early in the process, especially if you need specific classes while you're abroad. That way you can kind of plan out and pick the best program and maybe even, you know, say your advisor might tell you there's certain classes that are better to take abroad than at your home institution. So that's a good way to plan. And I would say I'll put up the slide at the end again with contact information for both UofL and NKU and myself. But yeah, starting with your study abroad advisor is always great. And I'm glad to hear that you found this information helpful. Looks like in the chat we have a question. So for the apartment or flat option, would you have a roommate or would you be alone? This depends on the program itself, but typically in most other countries, the setup is sort of like a a shared flat or even a shared dorm where you would have your own bedroom, but a shared common area. So typically most programs are self-catered, where you would have your own kitchen and be responsible for cooking your own meals, and you would share that kitchen and living space with a couple other roommates or flatmates, but you would, in most cases, have your own bedroom. That's a good question. And then I'll just throw out there for homestays, in all locations, I believe, that have a homestay, it's one student per family, with the exception of Cuba. I think might be the only exception to that. Great question. So the total cost that's listed on our website is for tuition and housing. So we build that into our program costs. All of your housing is kind of covered in that fee. And again, a good plan is to touch base with your study abroad office and find out specifically what your financial aid covers and how you pay for it and how all of that works. But as far as our fee goes, all of that housing is included, and you don't have to find the housing on your own. It's all set up through IFSA. So we'll guarantee housing on every single one of our programs. The only thing that's not included in that is if you aren't in a homestay. So if you're in kind of that self-catered apartment or dorm, you would pay for your own food, but the actual housing is included. That's a really good question. Anything else I can answer? Perfect. Let me, oh, I'm so glad it was helpful. Let me quickly share the contact information. There you go. So in case you have any other questions, there's email, website, phone number, social media for both NKU and UofL, and then my email as well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But thanks so much for joining. And I believe this recorded video will be, I know for sure, on UofL's YouTube channel. And I'm sure we can have that sent out to NKU students as well if you'd like to view it at another time. Thanks again so much for joining today. It was great talking to you all. And feel free to reach out to me if you have other questions.